Hi, I'm Gav. I'm the composer of Morgan's Run, along with Colleen McCulloch. I'm the other creative half. She writes the libretto and I write the music. I'm sitting here at Captain Cook's lookout in the middle of Norfolk Island with a reasonable view. Very exciting, and we're going to mount a production, certainly in Sydney to start, and which hopefully will be the great, certainly Colin and I hope it will be the great narrative of the founding of the Australian nation. Why that? Well, that came from a bit of a history for me. I've spent a year before I met Colin, I wrote a thing called the Symphony of Australia, which was a symphonic work telling the history of the nation. And shortly after that wrote a piece called Ballads of the Bush, which was using poetry of Banjo Paterson. And I guess it's part of Morgan's Run is the third in a trilogy of works that tries to tell the story of nationhood, tries to tell the story of what the Australian character is, what the Australian spirit is, can-do attitude, the idea that you can overcome the odds and do amazing things. And Morgan is, after 5 years of that story, suddenly Colleen has given me a story that is the great epic story of the founding of Australia, and to be now at a point where I think it's really going to inspire a nation. I hope it inspires a nation. That's what we want to do. So it's.
The lottery the sailors cast to choose the best from among us has been and gone these 8 months past, and nowadays they just bug us. Filled and joyful our hearts beat, we hear the song of nature sweet, sights beyond our ken. Lure us back again, moonshine glory indigo, starshine we all live and know, glory
Colleen McCulloch, working with Colleen McCulloch, well, first thing is intimidation. Not that she doesn't do anything, she just sort of sits there and is who she is. So the first trick in the mind is to put that aside and create and just work with a person, which takes a bit of getting used to. Then in terms of the creative process, I used to stay in her flat, used to come downstairs in the morning, cup of coffee, she'd come down, sit down, she'd have pages this thick of libretto, I'd look through them, she'd say, I'll see you in a couple of hours, and I went to a keyboard that she has there and started writing music and chopping bits out and adding things and then going back and seeing if she was okay with that. And of course musically I'm always chopping out bits of the drama that she absolutely has to keep and I don't see, because I'm worried about my musical structures. And a lot of toing and froing. It's really painstaking work, it's and usually, sometimes you're sitting there at the keyboard and with a pencil and a piece of paper, and then you just can't really think of anything. So I used to go for walks down to a place called Rocky Point, which is not far from Colleen's house. It's just an open vista, something like this really, and just sat there for hours trying to work it out. Then of course went back to Australia with this huge script. I tried to do as much as I could while I was in Norfolk Island, but then I went home, sat in my flat in King's Cross, just with a piece of pencil and paper and just sort of feeling emotional about everything. It's kind of weird. It's like you sort of get into the headspace of where you're at, and it's this enormous emotional energy which always got me exhausted. And I always compose intensely, but for no more than 4 hours a day. I can't work any more than that, because it's like some sort of frenetic thing, and then you hit brick walls. Back to Norfolk Island, Colleen, this doesn't work, and Colleen's great. I mean, Colleen's always said to me, you know, no matter how much she loves a particular, I actually remember this almost line by line, no matter how much she enjoys a particular line or a particular piece of verbiage, she's still able to drive a thick black pen through anything that she doesn't need. And so, incredible, you know, and she just, for Colleen, it's just this incredible output of creativity. And the trick for me was choosing what to use, and the script is enormous, you know, and in the end you've got to have a show that works, and yeah, so this exhausting process, exciting, sitting there watching it on a computer screen as dots and then hearing an orchestra play it is something unbelievable, really, I guess. Hearing the singers sing the characters, that, I mean, some of the things that Colleen wrote I didn't even get. I just set them to music and kind of went, I think that's the feel. And then the singers come along who have their own genius, of course, and they start singing a line, and you go, oh God, is that what that's about? And of course, I'll take credit for that. Here we are in Norfolk Island, chilling out, rock and roll.
I thought this was cute. Look at that.
Chicken bone goes flying. Save a flavour. Swallow, hollow, nor pour. Extra cold, That's good. Because that's very. It's the kind of thing. It's a Rossini libretto that, you know.
I just thought cute little doublets, just two rhyming words.
They're great.
Nibble, dribble.
Salivate, masticate, slurp, burp, chew, strew, savour, flavour, swallow, hollow, gnaw, pour, gulp, pulp, nuzzle, guzzle, snubble, bath. We don't see the bath.
We don't see the bath.
You can just go, brilliant.
So I'm happy to change things, but
yeah, sure. Can I use that as my structure?
Of course, that's why I brought it back.
The rest it's easy because it works as it works. You know, it just fits in. I believe in him. He invaded my very soul. That's a bit too many lyrics. That's all. Too many syllables.
Got out very. He invaded my soul.
He invaded my soul. I cannot imagine life if we were apart. I believe in him. And then,
how many do you want out of the next one?
he invaded my soul. I believe in him. I'm just trying to find where the structure ends in that first section, because it goes, I believe in him, in da 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 da. I cannot imagine life if we are apart. I believe in him. And originally, it's plain to see. Da 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 dum, da 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 dee dum.
Always knowing that my life stays empty. Stay strong. I love too much to lose a friend, to force from him what's clearly wrong.
yesterday we went on this bus tour and I was sort of nervous the whole way. I wasn't really enjoying it because I wanted to go and see Cole and show her the music, and I thought I hope she's got some good speakers, and because it was just kind of weird because Cole was unable to make the cast recording, and yeah, I mean I didn't know what to expect really. I think she likes it, but she was very complimentary, which is great. But it's hard to gush, you know. We've worked so hard on it. You kind of just sit there, and she knows what her words sound like. I know what the music sounds like, and we just kind of, I don't know. It's almost for other people. I don't know. It's kind of surreal. It's weird. I only played her 2 scenes. I didn't play the whole piece, so I was very nervous. Yeah, she's very encouraging, but I don't really know what she thinks. But she's not going to write an ode to my music because she's too classy, you know. She's just, we work together and it's done, and what's next? It's really weird. Can you go, it's simply beaut?
Yes.
And then can you go, it's simply beautiful? And he just sort of comes out of it. It rhymes, and then he comes out of the singing and says iful, and so you get the beaut. It's simply beautiful. And then he goes, and then he, because he gets overwhelmed.
Fine.
And so
fine,
iful becomes spoken. Yeah, that's right. Whatever I eat, it's simply beautiful. And he's invented an Australianism by vomiting or hiccuping. That's quite good.
No, by burping.
By burping. Of course, we don't vomit on stage.
We're not vomiting on stage, Gavin. I absolutely refuse that. It's disgusting.
I agree. I agree. No. Oh, food is good. I yearn for goose, I crave the pig. For caviar I'd sell my finest wig. In the sand I happily dig for abalones and shellfish. Abalones and shellfish big.
Or you don't need the S on abalone. You can.
For abalone and shellfish big. Or food is good. And then jump. Dribble, celebrate, masticate, slurp, choose to save a flavour, swallow, more and puff, gulp, pulp, nozzle, guzzle, snuff, and you know, all of that, and I can do those a few times. Nibble, 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 dribble, 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 nibble, 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 dribble, 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 salivate, masticate, slurp, choose to save a flavour. Sold. Next musical.
Sold.
Next musical.